Hey, Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is going to be another addition to the Natal Venus series. So today we are talking about what it looks like for Venus to be in the sign of Taurus in your natal chart. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So in this, we are going to talk about the personality of an individual with Venus in Taurus. We're going to talk about what it looks like in a female's chart, what it looks like in a man's chart, and then we will briefly go into the Nakshatras that Venus will fall in here in the sign of Taurus. So Venus is at home in the sign of Taurus. It is the ruler. So Venus does not have a planetary depositor in this case. You want to always pay close attention to any planets that are aspecting Venus or that are with Venus in the chart, as they will greatly affect this. Venus is in its own sign, so it can't be influenced through the depositor, but you will see that it'll be strongly changed and influenced by the planets that are involved. So Venus and Taurus, because it feels very comfortable here, we see these qualities of Venus that are enhanced. Venus being the planet of beauty, love, comfort, luxury, pleasure, sexuality, romance, peace, diplomacy. All of this is extremely enhanced in the sign of Taurus. And so this becomes a very laid back, luxurious type of placement. Those who have Venus in Taurus tend to enjoy art, music. They tend to enjoy having the finer things in life. There can be an attraction to luxury, to jewelry. You could want to have the most beautiful home. There is also a connection to family through this as well. Because what is Taurus? Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac. It is originally connected to that second house, which is our foundation. That is our values, our family upbringing. So Taurus is a very traditional sign that is connected to the family. So those who have Venus, which is your love nature, what you feel attracted to, or what you feel you get the most pleasure and comfort out of, in this sign of family upbringing, is going to make you someone who is very much connected to your home and family. There is a comfort in the familiar with this placement. This is also a placement of money. And with this position of Venus and Taurus, you may be very good at making money, because Venus is also connected to business. Venus is a planet of peace and diplomacy. So this gives the ability to negotiate, to make deals. And so Venus and Taurus can make you someone who's very good at financial gain, at making deals and contracts. Now, this can also give a love of working in an artistic field, but ultimately the aim of Venus and Taurus is to find security. It is to build that solid foundation in life. This is where the most amount of peace and enjoyment comes from, is this stability, this comfort, this familiarity of this Venus and Taurus. So what does this look like in a female's chart? This typically is going to give an interest, again, in luxury. This can give someone who loves shopping, who loves eating at the finest places, who loves jewelry. This gives an extreme love of the pleasures of life. And so this typically is going to give a female who works very hard to buy the things that they want in life. Someone who can even come from a luxurious or wealthy environment, depending on where this is placed in the chart. But this gives a very beautiful and charming personality, someone who is very much loving of wealth and beauty. And depending on how this is positioned, this can even give a love of food, again, going to the finest places. This can give a love of alcohol, of artwork, all of these things, decorating your home with the finest things with this position. And for a female who is trying to attract a male, they are looking for someone who can add to their security. So, someone who can provide for them financially with this position. And so, this individual would be most attracted to a partner who would buy them gifts, who would be there supporting them. This is what this person is looking for. And typically, when we talk about Venus and Taurus, just like we talked about in the sign of Aries, this gives a desire to be loyal, to be committed. However, Aries, we talked about, is a very spontaneous and direct sign. It wants to quickly devote itself to a relationship. In Taurus, this commitment, this loyalty is very slow. It takes some time to build that level of trust and security in the relationship. And so this can actually give a person who is a bit flighty or detached at first. This person is looking for this steady stability that builds over time. And as that security, as that familiarity within the connection builds, that is going to make them more loyal and committed over time in the long run. So this is a very slow moving sign here in Taurus, right? This Venus and Taurus energy is all about slowing down and enjoying the comforts, enjoying being in the present. So what does this look like in a male's chart? This is going to look just about the same for a male. This is going to give a man who works very hard, who's able to acquire a lot of wealth, who can gain a lot in life. And also in a relationship, this is going to be the same type of situation where a male who's attracting a female is going to want a partner who can add to their security. So this can be a male who's looking for a female who comes from a rich family, a female who has a business where they're able to acquire a lot of wealth. And so this is all about how can we nurture each other? How can we support each other financially? This is a strong desire for that security and stability. And again, same thing with the male. The commitment is something that builds slowly over time. And so this can actually give us a male who is a bit promiscuous, someone who gets around a lot, because that level of trust takes a long time to build. And so this person has to really be in love, really invested in a relationship for that level of trust and loyalty to build. Otherwise, this tends to create more of a lustfulness. Remember that Venus is the planet of sexuality. It is connected to this sensual experience, and it is here in its home sign of Taurus. So this increases that sensuality. So let's go ahead and get into the Nakshatras here for Venus in Taurus. So where we left off in the video of Venus in Aries was here with this Krittika Nakshatra. This begins in the sign of Aries and continues into the sign of Taurus. And this is a sun-ruled nakshatra. So this gives a very authoritative type of partner. With this position, your partner may be the type of person who likes to take charge, who likes to be on top of things, who likes to level up in their career to be in the highest position. And so this can give you a very dominating partner. And especially if you are a male, this can be something that is very difficult to cope with. This partner can be very controlling, very dominating in this type of partnership. Again, the knife is connected to cutting through things. And so this gives this preciseness, this directness in the actual personality. This can also give a person who loves to cook, who's very good at it, someone who's good at organizing things. Again, the precision of the knife is symbolized heavily in this Krittika Nakshatra. And so this can give a partner who is a business CEO, who is the head of a company through this position. Now, moving on here to the Rohini Nakshatra. This falls within the middle of Taurus, and this is a heavily sexual placement with Venus here in the Rohini Nakshatra. And so, what tends to happen here is this can give a partner who has very attractive eyes, someone who's able to attract others with the beauty of their eyes. There is this almost hypnotic and sensual type of energy that's connected to this nakshatra. This tends to give a love, again, of fine dining. When we talk about the Rohini Nakshatra, it is heavily connected to the love of food. This also gives an interest in different sports and fun activities, as well as things like creativity, performing arts. This can give a person who is artistically inclined, someone who likes being involved in drama and the arts. This, though, for the most part, can give a strong sexual nature. So this can give a partner who is very promiscuous, who ends up with multiple partners or who moves on from partners to the next very quickly. And this tends to give an obsessiveness. And so this type of partner can leave an impression on others that makes them feel obsessed with them. This type of partner can even have stalkers. They can have people who are trying to sexually abuse them with this energy. So once again, this is a very sexualized type of energy with Venus in the Rohini Nakshatra. This tremendously increases the desires of this placement. Also, for those who have a partner with a Rohini Nakshatra, you may also find that you have this obsession or this attraction to your partner to the degree of becoming very jealous, very possessive in the partnership. So again, this hypnotic effect can take place with Venus here in this Rohini Nakshatra. For those of you with Venus in Taurus in the Mrigashira Nakshatra, this is another very sexualized position. This nakshatra is symbolized by the deer searching alone in the forest. And so this energy is all about searching. And this is where this energy becomes very promiscuous. This gives a thrill of the chase, a thrill of seeking something new, moving on, this adrenaline rush that is connected. And this is a nakshatra that is ruled by Mars. So the passion, the drive, the energy, the desire for this thrill is increased through this nakshatra. This tends to give a partner who loves to drink, a partner who is stalked or chased or obsessed about a lot. Again, there can be an attraction to the eyes, similar to the Rohini Nakshatra. And this tends to give a person who is hit on a lot. So even if this person is married, you may find that others are trying to hit on your spouse with this position. So this gives this strong attraction. This can also give an effect where a person ends up getting pregnant before getting married. So again, this sexual energy that is connected to this is very strong. But what tends to happen here, especially if you are a male who has this position, you're looking for, as they say, a lady in the streets, a freak in the bed. So this gives this sexual hypnotic effect where you're looking for someone who has these very polite manners, but someone who is very sexual as well in private. So again, that privacy of this Mrigashira Nakshatra of the deer alone in the forest comes into effect. This is a very dangerous placement, especially at a younger age where there's all of this promiscuous energy and this chasing, this desire to keep hunting and going after others in a sexual way. So this has been your interpretation on Venus in Taurus. This is something, again, where you have to pay close attention to the planets that are involved because Venus is in its own sign. So there's no planetary dispositor. Venus is the dispositor of Taurus. So you want to look at, are there any planets aspecting this? What house is this in? All of these factors are very important when looking at this, because judging from just the placement alone is not going to give us an accurate examination of what this looks like. And this becomes even more difficult in terms of examining from its position because it's at home in its own sign. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. If you are interested in learning more on Vedic astrology, there is a course available in the link in the description along with the comments. There is a course available on the Facebook group, Astrology Lessons with Daquan Jones. So feel free to check that out. If you have any additional questions, anything you'd like to add, anything you want me to bring up in a future video, feel free to let me know down below in the comments as well. If you have not checked out these videos of these major transits coming up in April, make sure to check that out. We have one more major transit here to cover, which is the Pluto retrograde towards the end of April. So there is a whole playlist out where you can look at all of the major transits that are happening for this month. I want to thank you all so much for joining. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.